He wants to blink dagger first if he can possibly get it, and Lich is very flexible as a support hero. You can take whatever your team needs. Sometimes that is a 4-star, sometimes a Glimmer Cape, sometimes even a medallion or something. If they looking to try to get Roche, perhaps. Running through the rest of the Zerg time here, thinking about the next options, and for now it is the Lifestealer. Alright. Could very well be that Oliver Lifestealer is so famed, he will run it mid, he will build a Radiance after Face Boots or something, or Face Boots Armlet. That'll be that, and then they'll win the game. That's normally the way these things work out for Penta.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, though. Well, Juggernaut. Super standard. Safe against both Sanking and Clockwork. Been out if you're in trouble. The Sanking sitting around in the off lane, being a bit annoying. He could just try and leverage that
10 seconds
that caustic finale. Yeah, you can spin for emergencies, but you don't want to spin every single time. That's that is on the creeps.
Dire team ban.
Big for Penta. Looking for 9 hero. Good. Faces Void would still be in the pool. They have Prophet taken out by themselves.
10 seconds remaining.
Void wouldn't be the best here, considering that you have 3 melee heroes already.
Remaining.
But you do have the Lich with the ultimate. Sanking can always just follow up. Probably worth consideration at the very least. They like to run that every once in a while in drafts that are not necessarily always set up for that. Certainly be strong knockdown for the Brewmaster and the Juggernaut. What other options are there? Bloodseeker perhaps? Not the best game for it with the Brewmaster, can just run you down easily. Also ran Slark, Troll Warlord, but that was together with a Magnus. If you no. If you want to add more push, could very well be a Lycan.
Dire team pick.
What team Doggie? Well,
Team
gonna be the mid hero. Or is it? Magnus.
Magnus.
Alright, so either Mag or Brewmaster mid this game. Interesting. Both of these heroes were the classic mids back in the day, but they've since shifted into the offlane. Wolfling, alright. How can I forget about the Wolfling? Be pretty interesting here because you can do some shenanigans. You can like turn into the Magnus, give your Lifestealer and power. If that ever comes into play here. I mean, sometimes pro players and Wolfling players here don't even use the ultimate really, and just end up playing him the old-fashioned way. That without that safety net, essentially, from having an illusion that you can morph back into. But yeah, will probably still end up being some sort of shotgun build eventually. Was Boogie playing him, I would maybe say, oh yeah, strength morph, you can... I think you still have a ridiculous amount of stun if you max it out. Oh, it's 3 seconds, not 4.5 or 4 seconds as it was before. At max level, so... Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Tito. They're down 0-1 up against Penta Sports in an elimination best of 3 here in the Galaxy Battles E qualifiers. The winner of this one will move on to face up again against Mouse Sports. Excuse me. Against Mouse Sports, the winner of that match will then move on into the second phase of these qualifiers, where Kingwin and Team Secret are waiting in a single elimination bracket. Winner of that bracket, then they will qualify for the first major of 2018 in the Philippines. Oliver. If he'd be taunting if he knew what's waiting for him just around the corner. I can, oh yeah, the rise. Just sitting there. Doesn't put a point into anything just yet, so you can maybe try and rage out, but they'll show themselves now. And over connects, pops the rage immediately. Should keep him safe. Doesn't have a lot of regen here. He's a meteor just with one share tango. Bit of an issue. Can't even lifesteal off the wave here once you get to it because well, here's rage level 1. Even though it's not the first part, it's still decent amount of advantage. Boogie gets rolled on here, but he should be fine. All the bounty runes, so Penta get that in exchange. Triple bounty for them. Again, as expected, it often clockwork the rolling Sand King. You can see have his hands on that one. Can try to be annoying to Rise here to begin with. Bottom lane with the duo between 9 and RMN. Should be absolutely fine. But Hepsijo also shouldn't have too many issues with staying alive down here either. So the interesting part is here what Ixon is doing. He can manage to connect some of these gangs. Boogie, for now, being zoned away from the experience that he so craves. At the very least, he hasn't died just yet. And it's also pretty tanky. He's 160 health points. 2 armor plus a stout shield. Not always easy here without any sort of magic moves. Ice continuing to be bullied here. It is a classic. Right? The Arise Magnus. Dropping items and faking out to deny. Classic. These two teams, they know each other very well indeed. I'll play Boogie. Okay, that's just not your side of the map, pal. Please wait for the trees. And wasting a lot of time actually from focus here. Not a deal for him. Quite a few creeps here and they don't get kills, so base created. He'll be straight to the lane, he'll be right back too. Meanwhile down bottom. Do have a wraparound happening, perhaps yes, DNZ will secure the bounty rune at the very least. SHO doing the same on the other side, he'll only get the one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Speaking of wraparound though, Ixon continuing to stick around up top. This roll will be dodged the cast. Bouncing actually back to Boogie, and this together with the spin as well as Meldic. This will be the first blood. Oh, will it focus? Well, it will be. Almost the other way though, he's healing up on that. Armin cancels himself and secures the kill with help of the tower, so hey. Hands up play there from him. Making sure that's the thing, and well, Darknot squinting a little bit too deep, getting caught inside the cogs. Boogie making the most out of that situation. Just continue farming. I mean, lifestealer mid, normally it's not common, it's pretty much only Penta doing this. But Ido giving them this melee hero as a matchup, which is pretty good for lifestealers, right? He likes having melee matchups against them because he can always trade very efficiently. Even with the empower on the field, the cleave just being a bit annoying, can heal himself up, especially for a decently tanky hero like the Magnus. He really wants to deny and he got it. Meanwhile, down bottom though. DNZ and 9 work together to somehow bring down the Brewmaster. Not really supposed to happen at this point. He's level 2, so you have the Drunken Haze and the Drunken Brawler. 9 level 4, 2 points up into the waveform. Decent nuke to work with. You need to go on top, Boogie. Well, Focus super low on health here. Can actually just striking him down perhaps. Has some force to juke and jive inside the trees, but that'll be enough with the cask also interrupting things a little bit. Top lane slowly but surely, despite the death here after the first blood, continuing to work in favor of Team Doggie. And the Rise here, despite Oliver being pretty strong and Lifestealer being good in 1v1 melee matchups in general, able to keep up quite nicely. 26 and 5 on Oliver, and but 21 and 3 on Rise. So doing what he can. Especially helpful if Armin is forced to try and help out in the other lanes. Little reflexive space for Rise to work with. Gonna go again down bottom Brewmaster. That's the extra nukes, has to go. Being bottom block this way, but trying to go into the river. slow down, but another burst strike available for AD and Z. The waveform here after the magic wand. Alright. No help coming out, no instant TP or anything. So he did have one available. He could have probably went for it. Could have probably gone for it after the burst strike here, but yeah, 9 might have held a point there into the agility strike, the strength strike to cancel it. Entirely sure whether they could get away with a clockwork though. Well, Boogie's not having the best time up top. Bit of a relapse. That's exactly what happened in the games against Mousesports. Boogie just being picked off 1 or 2 too many times. As long as 9 and Oliver are having a good game. I mean, similar last as well. Right. A lot of back and forth here in this offlane. Boogie, Armen, and DNZ playing up against whatever team Doggie threw in that lane, and all of that was space created for 9's Razor and Oliver's Juggernaut, and might be a similar situation here. Just go straight for a Radiance here, perhaps, without even any sort of detour. Meanwhile, Hesijo, well, away from being dodged. First strike, not so much. A couple of right clicks should finish him off. Oh, well. Man, 3 points up in a Frost Blast, the classic build. Will help that along quite easily too. TP back to base. The TP reaction to try and turn this around, also cancel that quick pick.
Invisibility.
Oh, this is useful. Morphling 2 kills, 1 assist. I want to say Hesijo going down as much as he is, and is even more impactful than Clockwork in this game, because we really need to rely on this level split. This time again though, oh, keep feeling focused at the very least with these same kind of plays. This time Noya is the one who actually grabs the kill. Armen, a little bit too late for rotation, but now they also brought DMZ along. Trying to turn this around onto Witch Doctor perhaps. They will have the extra slow from the casting finale kicking in just a little bit. They need to deny to get some more mana for Frost Blast, and that'll mean that Noya will have plenty of time to get far enough away from Armen. Now 1v1 up against Hesijo. Not ideal, but he's 2 levels ahead at this point. Rise, this wraparound, this play could turn into something. If he TP'd in or if he just walked in, because if he walked, then Radiant Observer would have spotted him out. And not really playing all that defensively right now, just relying on his waveform. Hesijo might be baiting him out, and straight up die. One more right click. Not quite here. The cast as well as the RP. Dragging back on the tower. Still more strength. TPing out. There's nothing left to cancel it here. Even with Ixen coming in. Not quick enough in his fingers here for the stun. It's a huge commitment here. RP, 4 heroes in this bottom lane. But 9 still survives. Also more space here for Boogie to try and catch up. Gets his level 6. Find a hookshot. Start roaming around and abandoning this disastrous offlane for him. Doing all that, Oliver just continues to farm.
I'll take that. I'll take your treatment.
He did opt for the face boost before the Radiance, so that makes a lot of sense. A little bit too crazy here to just straight up rushed it. Offlane, Courier even walking around. He'll already use Armen. He does not really have the power. I mean, you would need like at least 3 hits, I believe. Don't have the time for that. Let's scout out Ixen. Boogie does not quite have his level 6 just yet. This creeper here worth of unshared experience. Fading things out a little bit. Ward coming down, rolling from Ixen. Boogie does get the battery sold off already. Now, turn on the stair. Armen just straight up walks in, but he's the one tanking the cast as well as the Eldic and everything else. They'll trade for Ixen. 1 for 1 so far. DMZ is sitting there with a sandstorm. That's exactly what happened last game. Just 1 for 1 there. A 1 for 1 trade there in all these other lanes. And Oliver just absolutely fine with that. Look at the CS, they're sitting on top of the charts. Look over the network, that's the same story there as you would imagine. Slowing down focus here, this is the name of the game, whatever it takes. Problem is in this game you also have the Magnus, he's probably going to start putting extra points into the power sooner rather than later. For now, skewing away. Dutch ultimate bouncing free. He needs a blink, he needs a couple of extra levels in power to just set up for Juggernaut and enable him to be super effective regardless of anything. Boogie finds hookshot up top, and will he be trading his life for it? That's the question. That's the joke. Echo rotation to TP in without even his level 6, but they have the RP overrise. A lot of hate from his Clockwork. No doubt about it. DMZ, he first struck the other way and tanks the Omni Slash. Not sure about this one. Could easily just burst struck here down the river or up here and not run into more heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of dangerous because Juggernaut, if you let him catch up like that, then he can maybe even start man fighting up against Lifestealer, or more realistically, continue to use his Omni Slash in the backlines against these supports and against Clockwork. This time he should be fine. At the same time, there's also the morphling factor. This is a very dangerous hero to let free farm. I mean, Lifestealer maybe you can deal with, but morphling on top of that? You even turn on a second Lifestealer if you think about it. Like, that would be hilarious actually. 8-9 using that morph. But you'd need level 20 for that. But just imagine, level 20 morph turns into Lifestealer, both of them infest into something. Both of them infest into the Clockwork or the Sand King. No, there hasn't put a single point into it. Max out the attribute shift, obviously. Increasing the shift rate tremendously here and make sure that he cannot really die very easily. That away from maxed out, and continue to go skill up the agility strike and the adaptive strike in general. Is he even farming up camps on the other side of the map? Get closer to this Blink Dagger. It looks like they want to try and go onto 9. They do commit the Bruce Bit, follow up with the stun. They brought 4 heroes. Could maybe turn into something. TP's coming through though. RP, Death Ward, everything. 9 still gets the waveform off, but with Maledict and makes a bit of damage over time. They will secure the kill, but at what cost? Ixen will be the one to fall. There's still a hookshot, and that'll connect onto Hastajo as well. 2 for 1 so far. Focus is there too, though. Does have the Empower as well as an Omni Slash at the ready with a nice little casket between Boogie and RMN. Spinning down the Clockwork. Well, RMN exchanges this round on Neuer. Almost gonna get that kill with the nukes, and the bounce back. Arise was trying to help, but he sealed the fate of his friend Boogie. Still alive at the same time. Focus. Out of mana now for the Omni Slash. That got away from them too, so they lose 3 heroes, they only get the 2. One of them was the Morphling, and I was just saying, yeah, that's letting him free farm is not the way to go, so don't disagree with the decision to go for it. But it almost was a little bit too late, because they had to commit literally everything on top of it. Blue Split, RP, Magnetize, Death Ward. 4 ultimates. Still holding on to the Omni Slash, but that's about it. Then he still barely almost survived there. That's the craziest part. The first Lincolns now, so next time won't be quite as easy. Top though, the roll in onto Sand King. Death Ward, silence. Oh, he's just getting picked up immediately. Focus, maybe looking for another one. Still level 1 Omni Slash should not really be enough to kill Clockwing by itself. Pretty speedy right now too. Without even Tranquil Boots, he went for the Threads instead. Still sitting at 380 move speed. Potentially here the defensive hook shots. Something that you could play around sitting in front of him. Overall, I want to say Tito are in a slightly better position in this game than they were before, because they have Juggernaut who can do quite a bit of things, especially in conjunction with Magnus, who now has the Blink Dagger. And no one knows how to play Magnus this game, then it is Arise. What? Oh, okay. Epicenter was just them running him down. He didn't put a point into it yet. I was gonna take the rest, some of this farm here. F9 gives it to him, but says, nope, it's mine. I want it. Get your Blink Dagger somewhere else. Only 200 gold away from it.
Dire's structures
This has to
are
not
fortified.
die here, which she really shouldn't unless there's some big commitment. Ixen
Dire's middle
spots
tower
that
is under
rotation.
attack. Dire's bottom tower has
Maybe it's the other way around. Who knows? DNZ. Well, exactly what I said should not really be happening. RP committed as well though. Okay. First strike down. Will even die here. Dodges the stun. Arman is there to try and help out. And then Oliver both. Yeah, they looking to turn us around. 9 also make the rotation here. They dodge the extra bounces. Neuer will give his life for it though. Ixen. On the high ground here, away from the follow. One right click and away. And another one before can reach the shrine. 2 heroes down for nothing. So who is baiting who here? I was praising Rise, but I do not agree with this very liberal use of the RP. That down, I mean, Penta, no problems whatsoever. Just saying, hey, okay, you want to fight us? We'll fight you. Sure, why not? I'm not scared. I don't have it available here for the Clockwork. Blink Skewer is still a thing. TP through as well. They also have the Only Slash. Clockwork. With that, probably decide to go for the 4-star next because we then have the 4-staff. We can just keep him inside the cogs so we get yourself out. And now he finishes off the drums, has the Urn of Shadows, so very cost-efficient items. Team-oriented items too. Try and give back because giving a lot over to Tito still. 6 deaths. Exactly ideal, but hey, what you gonna do? You want a Lifestealer? Look at that. Radiance recipe available and completed item now on him. Medallion next. Yeah, this is the classic Oliver build. He can start doing damage now and going to do that onto Ixen. DNZ with haste soon, even Blink showing up. Pass bouncing through, trying to dodge it. Yeah, it doesn't actually bounce. Trying to roll away, but Oliver's not gonna let it. DNZ, alright. He does get some Melting. Might even take out of that with the extra ticks of the Death Wall. Oh, even blocks the hookshot for his fan, but Booey's still gonna get the cogs in with Tessa Joe and trying to get the ultimate off. That's not gonna happen, my friend. Not with the Barrier Assault. Our man helps with the extra nukes and well, turns into a 2-for-1 trade. Oliver. Very confident indeed, just running them down even more. Focus. Has to spin. Try and get away, but well, Oliver gonna get that kill. This is where you use the RP though. Like, did Rise hear me? Like, not sure. He gets the Blink Skewer now as Neuer almost falls to that. This is all despite hitting one. Trying to keep Juggernaut alive. Didn't quite work for him. It will at very least work for the Witch Doctor, but Penta, they're not stopping. Ixen pushes him back before the Rage can come through. He still dies to 9 here as he comes in from the backline. That's the RP on 2, but Neuer unable to follow up with anything. No casts. I guess it's still bouncing through, so not doing anything though. And RI is barely able to TP out. They catch the last Blues Bling. And will not quite be able to bring him down before Hesse Joe turns to this normal form. It doesn't even matter. Once again, Penta, they hit the timing, they understand it very well, and they just say, yeah, build fights. Come at us. Putting Tito on a tremendous amount of pressure. I'm not sure what the Omni-Slash status was in Juggernaut. Might have still been on cooldown from the Boogie kill, but maybe if Arias uses that RP a little bit earlier. But, I mean, I know I was just criticizing his single mana piece. But an Oliver running down your carry like that, killing him, maybe that's worth it. Then if you had Omni-Slash, you could turn things around. You can maybe try and punish this, but well, didn't work out that way. Oliver felt very large and in charge throughout that entire series of events. Now he's a solo crest, not just a medallion. Even more damage. It's a poor man's Desolator, you could say, and also gives him that evasion. Highly cost effective on a hero like him. Also allows him to take Roshan if they want, but well, this is really get more kills. Blink Dagger on DNZ showing off a little bit earlier. TP through from Neuer, it's a very easy one, and you will see it now as 9 comes through and it gets gone on here by him and Ixen. Oh god, that was a mistake. Hesse Joe also a lot of trouble. He just had to TP out, but there's way too much power here on Oliver. Even with the Bruce Blade, even if you had that available and got it off, I'm not sure that would have done the trick, because well, I guess you can't really slow down the Earthbender. Regardless though, didn't work out that way, so now a very scary life stealer, as well as a very scary morphling, which is well on his way towards a shotgun. Right now, it's decent amount of tower damage between all of them, even without a Desolator. That's the one thing that Soul Quest does not give you, is extra tower build potential. But who needs it if you just keep winning every team fight? Tito, they kind of feel comfortable going into this, but they kind of need to. They need to find the good big Blink RP. This is what comes down to at this point. Blink RP into Empower Juggernaut on these left. Get like at least Oliver. Because honestly, even with all his tankiness and survivability, he's probably still easier to kill than a Morphling at this point with a Strength Morph. And the complete shotgun, there it is. Blade, Tessajo, Ow! What the hell was that? Alright, how much damage? 1,430. Only 300 here from the setup of DNZ. Now has a passenger looking for another blink target. Tito not fast enough even as the courier. What is that doing there? One right click boogie. Can't quite get in range, but even with the 4-star. Damn.
I'll take that as tribute.
Dire are scanning.
How do you deal with this? Outside of that big bomber combo. I don't think you do. They're trying to split them out. Maybe they can work. Focus kind of committing to that right now, but DNC, well, still being kept tabs on by Ixon because the last bit of seconds on that Invis. 9. Quite walking into him. It is the hooker down in the south. Arise. Quite get us into do off in time, but doesn't even matter. Has a Joe next to this time. He does get his Bruce Split off here before he can be bursted down. Maybe caught on the wrong side of the card. Even in front though, there's the RP. Use some 9. He's starting to more strength though. With the Death Ward, if I think committed, still gets away from him. Not quite down to the low ground, but he's taking enough damage here. Only slash. Fall on him, transferring over to DNZ with the Epicenter going. Another Burst Strike on 2. 9 is still very much alive. Mission not exactly accomplished, and it's not even the same of Oliver. Everyone's kind of out of spells at this point, so Oliver just can feel very comfortable walking in, getting that free kill, and just same thing one more time on the focus perhaps. Not the catapult. Keeping alive here with the tower aggro transfer. Hesijo, not a whole lot he can offer now without the Bruce Pit. And okay, Arise next on the list. Burskin down, 9. Doesn't even care at all. And the rest of Tito falls back into the fountain, and as the hookshot misses, the GG will play this call. They don't even want to try, and I cannot really fault them. They committed everything on a Morphling. It barely worked the last time. Certainly it doesn't now, ever since he got so much stronger. So Penta, clear and concise victory in game number 2. And in the series as a whole, 2-0 is the final scoreline. And they will punch the ticket for a rematch.